Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gents. I hope everyone is well. It is the 18th of May. Wow, aren't the months going? Doesn't seem 5 minutes since Christmas, does it? Okay, I have been keeping an eye on this. It almost looks like a hidden second entry, but I'd prefer that bar to at least come level with that one there. So hopefully if it pushes up a little bit. So who we got in? Morning, Indy. How you doing, buddy? Grandpa Roger, good morning. Growl Daddy, how you doing, buddy? Ionis, good afternoon. Speedy, how you doing, buddy? I hope everyone's doing okay. Just the weeks just seem to be flying. It really doesn't seem that long since Christmas, does it? It really doesn't. Another couple of weeks, we'll be in June. Wow, unbelievable. Dr. Linny, how you doing? So yeah, if we can get maybe another push up here, then I'll be interested in that. Wow, wouldn't that be nice to get some points down to that bottom? I'm unsure whether I can make a decision whether that's at a break. If you touch it twice there. Let me have a look. Let's get this accurate. It's just a tiny corner. I can't see it, to be honest with you. It just looks like one channel to me. I think it's arguable that there's a break, but I don't know. So maybe we get a lower high or something just to confirm it or something. It does look like it's going down, but trouble is with that, it's almost an inside bar. It's it's a little bit of it's more bearish than not, but it's just not an attractive place to take a trade. Really, that'd be risking that. And I've taken trades like that. I'd at least want it to be level with this. Before they interest me, because the way that's came down a bit and pushed up, I wouldn't be shocked if they get stopped out. But maybe we can get a second entry if it pushes up, or a lower high or something. Hey, how you doing, Sam? So we'll see. Let's see what happens. Market is due open soon as well, so I'm aware of that. So let me just check everything is set up correctly. I believe it is. Account PA21 is there. That's one contract. 21 is, isn't it? Yeah. 19 and 20 is up there. One's one contract, one's two, and I got another evaluation up there as well for two. Excellent. Everything, it's all right. I just had to pick my daughter up early today, so I've been rushing around a little bit, but the trouble is it's getting close to the market opens. Yeah, I always tend to avoid that market just in case. Sometimes you can get some quick movement. Not as often as it used to be. I think you can get away with it now with a good trade. It usually, if there's a trade about setting up, it usually just progresses as normal. I'm just not sure about this, whether I think that's broken or not, because I know sometimes I've taken a trade before and there's been a very small break, but I don't think you can class that as a break. It's literally just a corner. Well, do you want to call it an overshoot? It's possible. Have an overshoot, make a new low and going higher. That's why I'd rather give it chance to trap me first, so I'd rather really wait for the lower high, because it just could go either way at the moment. I would say it's more likely that is one channel, but I wouldn't swear on it. See if we get another push up here and maybe a lower high. So got a new low there. There's a first entry. I just want to give the trap chance to work before I think about going lower, but we are getting close to market open, just over a minute and a half. Hopefully the market might open just before it does anything.
Order submitted.
Sorry, that's not what I wanted.
Order cancelled. Order submitted.
I'm just going to get a sell order ready just in case. If I need to move a bit quick, I prefer it to pop up there really and then come down a bit, and then maybe I'll be interested in that. But what I don't want to do is to have a small break here or an overshoot when it comes down, goes up as a pullback and goes up again and traps me. So I want to give it a chance to to work. Market open in just under a minute. Don't know whether people are waiting for the market or there's just a little bit of indecision there. What are we doing? Are we going up or are we coming down? I'm not sure. Don't forget, guys, we've still got that 80% off Apex at the moment. So my code's down there as usual. If you do use it, it is appreciated. It's on till the end of the month, so another 12, 13 days, something like that. Just want to give another plug to this guy, Mark Whiting. Designed this, well, programmed it, written the program for it. I know a few traders use it. I've just started using it, so I'm just starting to get grips at it. It's $200 at the moment. There's no affiliate, nothing like that, but it is there if anybody's interested in it. Just makes opening trades quite a bit quicker. Oh, that's interesting. There's the market open. Are we coming down? Ooh, first entry. It's going to be a failure if we do. Okay, try go low once, try go twice. If it breaks above here, it's a failed second entry short. That is a second entry short in itself. I would prefer it to trigger above here. There's a failure. Try a failure there. It's getting a little bit congested here. But first entry. If it breaks below here, it's a second entry short, but it's still a little bit congested. So it could go either way, really. It could up. I would prefer it to trigger above there. If it triggers below here, let's trigger the second entry. The trouble is, it's just a little bit congested there, and it really could. I'd say it was likely to come down, but it is riskier. So I can't get into that really. It has come down a bit, but it's just. Notice if you can get a lower high. Does seem like it's coming down, but it's just a bit risky in my opinion, that is. There are times where I've got into trades like that, but I'm trying to be a little bit more cautious. I'm itching to get in as we are, but I just don't know. I don't want to get trapped, and then all of a sudden it goes up, because that could be a little break. It's a small break if it is, but you could say that's an overshoot. An overshoot could result in a reversal. So if we are, that's interesting. So that's a second entry long which is triggered. So
order cancelled. Order submitted.
If it breaks below here, I'd say it's coming down, because there's a second entry long there which is triggered. There's a second entry short there. If it breaks below here, I expect it to come down. That's a second entry long which is triggered. If it doesn't come down in and pushes up, then I'd say we're having another leg up. If it breaks below there, I'd say we're having a leg down. And just based on what I can see, I'm just going to try and squeeze 2 points out of that. It does seem to be slowly working down. In a lot of cases, it'll slowly work down and then just drop. But if it breaks below here, you normally put it there, but that's where the stops for the long is going to be, the longs. In fact, I'm just going to stay out of this a minute.
Order cancelled.
So, second entry long, second entry short, both have triggered. There's a failure there, but that hasn't triggered. So it just, you know, every time you take these trades and get involved in these trades, you're learning something. And but it does usually when you see these, they start to work down. I like where that's finishing. If that comes down and breaks below there, I think that's a good trade.
Order submitted.
In which case, I'm going to put it below there. If that does push down, usually that's a failure as well. So if it breaks below there, it'll take out some stops. God, tiny little bar. Does look like it's slowly going down, but now that's pushing up a bit, so maybe it is going to be something like that. It's starting to look more and more slightly bullish there. Trouble is, you could say that's had a little breakout. Probably likely say it's had an overshoot. In fact, let me put that like that. Yeah. But, you know, some channels like that, they can be a bit messy, can't they? A little bit unstable, if you like. I mean, if you look at that, it does look like it fits, so it's a bit iffy. Okay, so there is a second entry long there, which is triggered. Now, you may buy above there. Let's see if that triggers and then comes down. If it carries on, I think it's probably like then it's going to go up, or at least make another leg. Trouble is with these, you've got to make a quick decision. I think the sensible thing to do at the moment is just to stay out of it. I would have said it's more likely going to come down. But I just didn't like that little push up. Let's see if we can get something else. So there's not a new high there. Trying to go once, so it's always failure. Trouble is it might trigger you and then go up.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, I think you're right, Indy. It's just the longer it goes, the more risky. And the trouble is, what it'll do a lot of times when it goes like this, sometimes it'll just pop up or down quickly, won't it? And if you're on the wrong side of it, you're shafted. You're screwed, really. Trouble is, I'm not sure whether it's going up or down. So if we get a break at the top, I don't know whether it's a failed breakout or it's actually going up. So it's NQ is flying in which direction? Up or down? I think the S usually follows the NQ, doesn't it? Is it going up or down? I don't know whether they're sort of indirectly related, if you like. I suppose the more you trade, the more you've got to fine tune your skills, your patience. It's just constantly. Oh, it's gone up, is it? Okay, we've had a push up there inside. Was a lot of time we'll do that push up side, was it? Okay, yeah, that does look like it's going. So, yeah, so we've had an overshoot there. I think it's probably best. I don't know whether you class that as a break, maybe, but it's a bit of an overshoot, I suppose. You could say it's a break, and we've bounced. So, okay, so maybe that's going up. It's gone up and touched the open, the evening open. So I didn't do the market open. Where is it? There we go. No, no, no. Oh, get lost. Okay, yeah, I think it's definitely going open, isn't it? Okay, there's the open. Okay, leg, sideways leg. See that all the time, don't we? Just not sure there. You could certainly say there's an overshoot there, but I think it's negligible whether there's a... We haven't got Mac today, have we? He's having some surgery this morning. And he's away then, isn't he? He's going up to Alaska fishing. Yeah, it's certainly more of an overshoot, in which case it can result in a reversal, can't it, sir? And I'd say we're lightly ranging, so it may not even break and have a new low. Sometimes it doesn't. Best thing to do is stay out there unless you're confident it's going higher. So if you took that second entry long, it worked out in the end, but it's just not. I hate being in trades like this because it's just you don't know what to do. If it goes up in your favour, you get your confidence back. If it starts to come down, you're thinking about jacking the trade. I'm just not a fan of those. I'd rather either work or I'd rather either win or fail quickly and get it over and done with. So let's just put a quick couple of legs there and see where we are. Right on that centre line. Right to the nearest tick. Love that. Oh, you got your 2 points. Where'd you go from? Down here, bud, did you? Or did you go from here? Probably here, didn't you? Or one of them. You're getting on sim. Good on you, Sam. That's what you call self-control. I wish I had a bit more of it, mate. That's one of my weaker points. That's the bit I've really been working on. Now, there is some support along here. You can see it there, and there. Short 4173, I think. Short there. It has played out. Trouble is, if you're in a range, you may expect it to go up. They did yesterday. Oh, sod off. Sorry about that. Okay, short worked. Trouble is, I'm not exactly sure what sort of day we're looking at today. So maybe we end up doing something like this. I don't know. It's just a bit early, really. Leg up, right leg. Where's this coming? Perhaps this doesn't make the new low. I don't know. It's not so much that I'm over-analysing. It's just in the middle of nowhere at the moment. It's not, I'm just unsure what sort of day it is, really. I'd prefer, really, I mean, we tend to, with this strategy, wait for a lower high because it could come back in and then carry on up. So this would, well, it's travelled too far, really, for a lower high, I think that. Mind you, having said that, it hasn't actually gone up that far, has it, before it started to come down? Okay, let's just put that little... okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You could say that's confirmed it. Touch at the top. See if we can get a higher low. We could say that is once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Well, let's count that. Let's not count that. So we can get a higher low. Might be a leg and a leg. We may still come down here. If we can stop here and break down and then push up above the EMA. Might be thinking about going along there.
Order submitted.
It's a higher low. See how that finishes. Yeah, you trade a different system, don't you? So it is a bit different. I'm just a bit concerned about this. I'd rather maybe take the failure first. Just in case we've had a couple of legs up. That measured move played up, so we could have a leg down, We could come down some more. I'd rather take the failure, I think. Not a massive fan of that bar, especially how it's just started coming straight back down. The legs played out, see, so we could end up coming down again. This could be one leg, a couple of legs up, and then another leg down. In fact,
Order
if anything,
cancelled.
I'd probably say it is coming down. See how this finishes. First day of pair. Good on you, Bill. Take your time, mate. My honest opinion to you, if you're on a $50,000 account, go for one contract. Now, I always wanted to do 2 contracts, but I've learnt the hard way that 2 contracts, it's so much stress. It's your choice entirely. But if you want a bit of advice, I'd say go for one contract. Build it up slowly, over a couple of 3 months or something. Build it up slowly. Get your confidence. Because 2, it's just it's heartbreaking. I just find it really hard, mate. If we can get a drop down here, maybe then I'll think about going along. But the trouble is, we could. We've had this channel. We've had 1, 2 perfect legs up. We could now come down for another leg. I don't know. This could be a downtrend, so I've got to be careful how I play this.
Order submitted.
Let's just get a buy order ready, just in case it does go up. Possible second hand. I mean, it certainly seems to be working off there, but the trouble is they can trap you. I'd rather wait for the failure, I think. Yeah, I'm going for good on you, mate. Much more sensible. The trouble with me, I try and run before I can walk, and I've just spent probably the last sort of, 6 or 8 months blowing PA accounts because I'm too stubborn to come down to one contract. But eventually, you keep working on that mind. You blow enough counts, and your brain will start to change, and you'll start to realise this just isn't working. Uh, yeah, so I mean, we've all heard stories about how much money we can earn, so we know how much the potential is, and sometimes, you know, we just go for it, don't we? And we just try too hard. Okay, so we've got a new low there. There's a higher low there, but I'm not a fan of the bar. So I just could get trapped here. I'm going to leave this alone because it's just a little bit dicey, a little bit congested. It could trigger you. See how that's pushed above there. You know, you got a new low. Call that a higher low, but look what's happening now. Just you got to be so careful. If it does push up below that, yeah, exactly. See, there's a trap there. See, there's a second entry short there. There's also a higher low. Anybody who jumped in there or there, it's got triggered and come down and stopped you out. That's why I was holding on and being cautious, because you just don't know one leg, two leg. You know, we've had a perfect measured move up, so it could rightly come down. So this, I could almost feel there was a trap there, and look what happened. It triggered above, and then whammo, look. So those measured legs, one leg up after we've had a push, just you got to be so cautious. And I'm learning the hard way. I'm still learning about those. Okay, so maybe it's just going to bounce and then push up. It's possible. Could end up still going up, but I like to just give it options. Yeah, maybe some take that, thinking it's sitting on this. Maybe that one, see? That's the most encouraging one to take if you're going to go long, and look what happens. As soon as you take that, triggers above you and then comes down, stops you out, and still quite possibly going to go up again. Yeah, one contract, much more sensible, Bill. Learn from my cock-ups. Trouble with me is I always try and overdo things. I always try and get a bit too greedy, and that's a lot to do with why I've blown so many accounts, because, you know, I'll make a bit of money and then I'll come back in the evening because I want more, I want to be greedy, or I want to recover losses, and that's why I've ended up blowing so many accounts. But you'll only do that for a period of time before you just start to realise this is not working and I have to change things. Unfortunately, it becomes costly then. Okay, so try to go once, try to go twice, possible failure to go short. Just going to put a little line down here so I know where that measured leg is. So one leg, two legs. So is it going to go higher? If we get a higher low, I think it may do, because it does look like a channel we've touched. It's confirmed there, and it's clearly working on the back. So it's clearly a channel. So you would expect them to make a higher low, but look at all this. It's just, you got to be so careful. What I try and focus now is look on ways that I'm going to get trapped. Where am I going to get trapped? I want to be taking a trade where I'm not likely to get trapped. So if you fail there, you might think, okay, let's take that second entry long. First entry, second entry long. That's triggered. Look what's happening now. Might come down and get you. So I'm just unsure what's going on here. And then even if it pushes back here and ends up bullish, the next thing you're looking at is it's congested. So it's closed on that line. It's congested now. So look, so yeah. That's the trouble. You got to be so careful. There is a second entry long. You could have said we've broken out the bottom there and pushed back in, but I'm not sure whether we're going up or coming down here. Could be doing something like that. Two legs back on the top now, working down, kind of like that. Yeah, we've pushed down, haven't we? We've made two legs up. And then we've come down and gone sideways, so we could go up or we could come down. It's just, I can't see where there's any other type of channel here, because it fits so nice there. Touch there, touch there, touch there. For me, that's a channel. Trouble is, you can get trapped here so many times. Look like sideways, yeah, certainly is sideways. Sensible thing to do really is just to stay out. It's so easy to think, oh, let's take that one up. I mean, I don't think that was a terrible trade. You know, a little bit sideways, break out the bottom, sort of 2 legs back. But the trouble is, it's it might push back in and still go sideways, and it has. Okay, new high, try to go once, try to go twice. Maybe this is coming down. Or it might just stop out them longs and then push back up. Doing a lot of this lately. It'll move, go sideways, move, go sideways, move, go sideways. Okay, so if you did take that second entry long, thinking we're going high, you just got trapped again. And after all this, sod's law, it still goes higher. After there's a bunch of traps, you might think, okay, we'll go along there. Stopped out, bollocks. 2 legs down. Oh, there we go. We'll go along there. Stopped out. Probably come down here, bounce and rocket up. That's the annoying thing, really. It'll stop you out a bunch of times and then go in this and go exactly where you expected it to. But there's a leg there. This little line I put down here was the bottom of that second leg. Okay, so you've got a strong bull bar there. So you might go, okay, so that one failed. That one failed. Let's take this one. So it might trigger and then come down and take you out again. It's so annoying sometimes. But I suppose once you understand and you take enough failed trades in these areas, you tend to stay out of them then. And, you know, every time you fail or you make a mistake, you learn something. And if you learn something enough times, you'll start to notice when it doesn't feel right and leave it alone. And then your losses will just slowly get less and less and your wins will be more successful. But it's a long haul. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to be able to do it full time. Being in the UK, it's a lot easier for us over here because we don't trade till 2:30 in the afternoon. So, you know, even if you're in a normal day's job here, you finish by 5:30. So you still got a few hours you can trade if you want to. So. Okay, so maybe you took that one thinking we're going along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I suppose that's close to a measured leg. 1 leg, 2 legs, and then a push up. Yeah, medium impact news. A lot of traders don't even have the medium impact news on there. I started doing it maybe a few months ago because the market moved quickly. And now some say it was because of the news, some Chicago something news or something. But it could have been because of the a trap or something. So I wasn't quite sure. So I put it on there anyway. But every time we get it, it hasn't really. Hold on a minute. What time is it? Oh yeah, 1500. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's why it's going a bit sideways. But doesn't seem to do much, the medium impact news. Existing home sales. Yeah, so the news happened 30 seconds ago. Nothing really. Well, as yet, anyway. Yeah, absolutely, Jay. You learn after a while, don't you? I still get involved in them when I shouldn't do. I took one yesterday. It was a little bit too congested. Turns out it was I'd drawn the channel slightly wrong, but yeah, I still try and look for options or look for ways. But I think your best thing to do is just sit back, relax, and take a 2-minute break and let it sort itself out. It's so easy, isn't it? I mean, even that one you're thinking, okay, second entry long, but look what's happening now. It's pulling down, so your arse will be twitching there. But even if it goes up, you're barely on a point before it starts doing this, and I just hate being involved in trades like that. I think you're much better when it pushes up, comes back and retests it, and then maybe take that option to go a bit higher. You learn, don't you? You learn. I think my chart reading's okay, but for me, it's my patience and self-control, really. I've just got to work on those, really, to sort of mature into a sort of better trader, really. But trouble is, it just means I'm a little bit more stubborn, and I'm probably going to take more losses in the meantime. That's my sort of weakness. I suppose we all have strengths and weaknesses. Some people are good at certain things. People might not be good at reading charts, but they got the patience of a saint. We got all sorts of different elements to it. In fact, I've just been watching a documentary on, I think it's Netflix, about who's the guy? He's Nepalese. He was in the Gurkhas, the Gurkhas regiment. Then he was in the SBS, Special Boat Service, the Special Force in the UK. And he did all, I think it was all 18, is it 14 or 18 peaks, the highest peaks of the world, all above 8,000 metres, and he did them in 7 months. I think the quickest they've been done is 7 years. I mean, this guy is absolutely focused. He gets up at 4:30 in the morning, he puts 75 pounds worth of weight into a backpack and runs 10 miles. I mean, the guy's an absolute maniac. He's that fit. He's just so positive. I mean, he did 3 highest peaks above 8,000 metres in Pakistan in 48 hours. It's unbelievable. If you're that type of person, mentally focused and driven, I would thought that would aid you with the psychological side as a trader, because these guys just never give up in their minds. Some people have got that mindset. They just never give up. They can't be swayed, when things get tough. I mean, this guy reckons he comes alive above, when they get above 8,000 metres where most people are dying. He says he thrives above there. And it just goes to show, if you can tap into the power of the mind, well, you can make that body do so many things. But if you want to watch something, it's brilliant. Guy's incredible. So fit, unbelievable. So fit. But yeah, 3 peaks above 8,000 metres in Pakistan in 48 hours. Most people spend a year or two just to plan for one of these expeditions. Unbelievable. Trying along, are you? 41.68. I mean, you'd expect it to go up at some point, wouldn't you? But the trouble is, out of those, it's just like, it's almost like, kind of closing your eyes and hitting it with a pen and trying to think, is this the one? But, oh, that might be the one. Oh, there you go. That worked for you. Well, good on you, mate. 41.68. So if you went long here, you've got 4 points there. I wouldn't have guessed it'd have gone there, though. You just don't know, do you? You can't go anywhere. You are. Speaking of, who's this? I forget the guy's name. He's Nepalese originally, but he joined the Gurkhas. The Gurkhas are a regiment that are attached to the British Army, and he was in the Gurkhas. And then he applied for the SBS. It's like the SAS, but the Special Boat Service, British Special Forces, and he did that for a while. And he's a mountaineer basically, and he's doing this. He did this. I think is it 14 or 18 peaks above 8,000 meters in the world. Most people do. I think that this guy was talking. Who's the German guy? Messner. Took him 15 years to climb all these. This guy did it in 7 months. It's unbelievable. You've just never met anybody that focused. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. So I can find it, but it's a really interesting documentary. But this guy, I mean, if you're that mentally focused, I mean, it just nothing phases him. Absolutely nothing. I forget what it's called now. It's called 14 Peaks. Nims, his name is, broke Netflix. Became the youngest person to climb all 8,000 metre mountains, aged 1,366 days. Began scaling Everest 10 years ago and ended up summiting whatever it is. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Nims, Nims. Really good to watch, actually. I mean, this guy is so mentally focused, unreal. Puts you to shame. There's a film. Yeah, that's the one, mate. That's the one. This other big climber, the German well-known climber, he's quite old now. Messner, somebody, was it Rudolf Messner? I can't remember. It took him 15 years to do these. This guy did it in 7 months. I mean, usually you'll do one of these. I think it said it takes something like 6 months to plan one of these expeditions. He did all 14 of them. Unbelievable. Yeah, I admire people who've got that mental focus. I wish I had some of it. Certainly be useful as a trader, that's for certain. I don't think there's any type of a larger channel here. Let me have a look. It's hard to say. Maybe not. Okay, so leg. Maybe leg. So look. 2 legs, 2 legs. Yeah, maybe that's 2 legs. Yeah, fascinating to watch. I admire people who can do that. Yeah, 4:30 in the morning, 75 pounds of weight in a backpack and runs 10 miles. Unbelievable. 4:30. God, if I had the drive and mental capability to get out of bed at 4:30, I'd be quite pleased. Unbelievable. Nims, his name is, yeah. Nims. Let's see if it touches that. Okay. So we hit that measured move, so 1 leg, 2 legs. It does look like it's going to be another range day, doesn't it? It wasn't so much yesterday. We had that little bit, didn't we? And then we had that strong push up, and then it finished with a little bit of a range. Yes, if you can spot these, these legs, and you can get into an entrance here, it gives you an idea of where you can take your profits. I mean, look at that line. It's clearly, that line's an area of interest, clearly, isn't it? So it just goes to show if markets move like this and finish at these, that's traders who can afford to trade big, that's traders with big pockets. The market sort of movers really that move these markets, not us sort of measly few contracts here or there. But if you can work out where they're going and get on board with the rest of the big boys, then NQ up. Is it really? I did have a quick look at the NQ last night briefly. Just it almost looked less volume than the ES. So we made the 2 measured moves there, and we had a couple of legs back. So we've made another measured move now. I don't know whether it is a bigger channel. No, it doesn't look like that. Trouble is, when we had this leg here, we were looking for longs, weren't we? We didn't get them until we'd almost made a full measured move down. So I'm unsure whether I really want to go long in this channel if we get a second entry long. But you would think we would be coming up and retesting these highs, wouldn't you? That's usually what happens. So I would at least expect to get there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if this is a range, this is the top and this is just a bit of a breakout. I mean, it's touching 1, 2, 3, 4 times there, 5 times. So maybe this is the sort of artificial top and this is a breakout. So you would probably expect at least to get to these highs. Broke daily EMA again, really. That's a thought. Did I put oh no, we can go overnight, that's all. Yeah, if we can get a second entry down here somewhere, then it does look like a channel, that. Or maybe it isn't. In fact, I think the safer bet is probably to do that. Yeah, I'm a bit unsure about that. Could counter either way. I mean, the safe option is probably just to do the short-term trend one, but I don't think it looks terrible. I mean, this one you could have done just those few as a short-term trend, but it, I don't know. See if we can get a nice second entry there and maybe a higher low or something. I would still expect to get. Trouble is, when we had that leg up or 2 legs up, we had a couple of legs back. So we've got 2 legs up. Maybe we'll have a couple of legs back here before we move higher. But I'd expect to maybe push up to these highs. I don't think it's a trend downtrend or anything, so I would expect to at least reach these areas. I did another evaluation last night. In fact, I came back and traded it. I try and get them done a bit quicker. I managed to get. I did one. I managed to get it up to $2,187 last night. I tend to do them one at a time and get them up a bit quicker. So I tend to trade them, wait for a good setup and trade them on 10 contracts and try and get at least a couple of points. Get 2 points on a 10 contracts. It's $2,000, so you've only got to get, sorry, it's $1,000. So you've got to get 6 points in a tick if you're trading 10 contracts. I tend to do them a bit quicker, the evaluation, especially when they're cheap. That way I can just focus on the PAs and take them up nice and steadily. So we've come down there, not quite touched and pushed up strongly, but I just still can't get into that really. I mean, we're nearly up there now at these highs. Didn't even touch it because it is possible it could come down here and then push up, but I don't think it will. Okay, there's the new high anyway, so it did go up. Trouble is, by the time it hit there and pushed up, it's just too late to get in there, and it's a first entry anyway, so there's nothing you can do about that. You're barely a point there. It's risky as hell. Okay, so it's pushed up, and it's fun enough on that measurement. So I'd expect it to get to here, if not up here, which is why I put that line in there. What accounts you got at the moment? So I've got 3 PA accounts live at the moment. So I've had them live for nearly a week now. I've got one evaluation which goes I've got another evaluation which is already passed, which I passed a bunch of days ago, which goes live on Tuesday. And I did another evaluation last night, which is at just under $2,200. So that'll go live in about another 7 days, so I should have 5 then. And out of the 5, I'll trade them all. Well, 4 of them, 1 contract, but one of them, look at that, one of them I'll trade 2 contracts. So let that just one climb up a little bit bigger, then at least then I can make a withdrawal about that while I bring the other ones up slowly. But a massive difference trading 1 contract. I have not had an urge to jump in. Not at all. Okay, so we've pushed above these sides. I don't think that's a terrible trade, that is. But it's just hard to say. You don't know whether that's the top or that's top. We've only really been up it once before, but there's certainly more Mind you, or is there? There's not much difference between that. Oh, well, there you go. Look at that. That's why it's not safe to trade them, especially when you haven't hit it multiple times. I mean, it might still work. I don't think it's going to, though. Interesting. That's interesting. Oh, that's tempting. That's tempting. Lower high. No, I'm staying out of it. There's something about it I don't like. Do you use Replicanter to trade all your accounts? Yes, mate. Much better Replicanter, in my opinion. It's way more up to date, and it has regular updates. I had 3 updates in 2 weeks a while back, so just the fact that you get those updates tell you that they're constantly working on it. If you are interested, by the way, I got a, where is it, 10% off, so it comes down from 150 to 135. It's there if you want it anyway, but yeah, it's a lot more stable. On the odd occasion, it still will miss a contract, but I haven't. I mean, you've seen me trade with it over the last week or so, and I haven't had a problem with it. But if market does hit you move really quickly, it can still trigger a trade. But I had that problem where I brought my stop down. It hadn't triggered one of them, and it turned into a buy stop. It just got a bit confusing. So personally, I prefer it, and I've used them both. Yeah, just the fact that they update. Well, I mean, if with that discount, you'll get it's £15 cheaper or $15 cheaper than Apex's, and you get updates. And they're a software company anyway. You'd expect a better product or a more managed product. You've got a 2-tiered bull channel there. That thing there, is that about right? That I've just drawn. Yeah, it is a nice trend, isn't it? If we can get out of the top, it's hard to say, isn't it? But that's the type of trend that could go for quite a while. You want to get in, really, don't you? Unfortunately, once you've got here, it doesn't come back to the MA from here, but it's just first entry, that is. And you don't know whether it's going to hit that measured move. And trouble is, sometimes when you realise these trends are there, it's too bloody late, isn't it? In fact, I'd say there's another couple of legs there that'll give us an idea of where it's likely to go. I'll do that from there. Okay, so we're actually on it now, I think, aren't we? Yeah, so if we get something short here, I'll be interested in going short, but I think what I'll probably do is wait for the higher low and just ride it down to the EMA, because we've had 2 legs up right to the nearest tick, and it has broken above these highs, so I'd expect it to come down and either retest the tops or that, but I'm not just picking a random high. Oh, I didn't like that. That was a bit weird. I have to look that back. It dropped quickly and then shot up. I'm quite glad I didn't get involved in that. I've stopped picking these random highs now. I don't think it's a terrible place. You'd expect to come back, but I much prefer the lower high. So there's a bit of an overshoot there. Would you buy there? I wouldn't have thought it would be an attractive place to buy. Is it really? So you'd probably expect it to come down, wouldn't you? But, I don't know. It's triggered. You just don't know, do you? That's definitely an overshoot. I would expect that to come down. But I'm not getting involved. As tempted as I am just to hit the sell button, and I think it's coming down after that little bit of breakout. It's not an attractive place to buy there, is it? It's not an attractive place to buy. The trouble is, Not everybody trades this chart. It might look quite different on a different time frame.
Order submitted.
There's a lower high there. I'm tempted to take that just for a couple of points. Oh, kick me out. Where is it?
Order filled.
Just going to go for a couple of points. 3, 4, 5. Let's go for 3 points. Is that right? 3, 4, 5. That's 2 points. Let's just go for 2 points. I'd expect it to get to this top to the EMA, so I'd rather be a little bit cautious. But it's getting over this side of the, what's it now, isn't it? Come on. Oh, it's making me nervous, that is. Oh, look, it got 1 tick off me, 2 points. See what happens. Just the way it's come back to this side of the channel and pushed up again. Oh, I was tempted to drop my thing there and just take a 1.5 or something, but I don't know. That's a failure there. See what happens. I'm still only taking the 2 points. I'd rather keep it above this. I'd quite like it if it comes back and retests this. There's a possible failure there, but I don't like the way it's bounced off here and pushed up. $2.25 risk. Oh, it was 1 tick away. That's frustrating. 1 tick away. It was a lower high. We'd had a bit of an overshoot and a lower high, so I expected it to come back to the EMA. Still might. It's a measured move. It's broken above it. Bearish bar, lower high. I'll expect it to come back to the EMA, but it's going to take us out, I think. Oh, it was 1 tick away. 2 points. That's a shame. It's back. Yeah, I thought so as well. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. It came down. I thought it was going to wallop it, but I'm tempted to just put it an extra couple of ticks above this one. I know it's probably risky, but 2.75 points just in case. It might be one of those ones that take out this one, but don't take that one out. But oh well. Okay, so it took the tick out there. So see if that saves our bacon. Let's leave it there. Yeah, I don't think it's going to.
Order
That's going to
filled.
take us out. Oh, that's a shame. I thought it was going to get it. I very nearly grabbed it and just yanked it down there. Yeah, I did. Didn't make a difference. I thought it may do. That's a shame. It's just the way it came down there. I took the lower high with the overshoot. I thought it was at least going to get to the MA. It was literally a tick off my thing, and that's frustrating. So, well, it happens. I don't even know where I can make this slightly bigger. I don't know, but that's a shame. It is frustrating when it misses it by a tick, and I just went for 2 points the minimum I go for. NQ is still driving higher, is it? Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. I very nearly grabbed my... It's just the way it came back and stopped there. I very nearly just grabbed my... What's it in that? But well. It's at 2.75 points. I gave it the extra tick just in case it had another little push down. Sometimes it'll take you out for a tick and that. It was worth it. But that's a shame. It came back 7 ticks. Minus 2.75. I seem to start with a loss and end up with a win lately. One of those ones that Mac says not convincing enough. Well, to be fair, if Mac went for it, it'd scalp. So for Mac's point of view, it might work. But, well, it doesn't matter. It happens. I mean, it was 1 tick off. If it have, it happens. I went for the minimum. I go for 2 points and it was a tick off. So, it looked like an overshoot. After it broke out these, I thought it would at least hit the MA or retest these highs, which is why I only give the minimum 2 points. And the 2 points sat above this line anyway. In a lot of cases, it'll do that. So, and it was just because it hit the measured move as well, and that closed below that measured move. So, and it did come down, but then obviously, it got more interested. Could end up being one of those days, couldn't it? I'm just wondering at some point, maybe it may come down and we'll get something like this. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we end up getting something like that. So just make me aware of taking trades here, just in case it does trigger, then comes down to this side of it if it is a bigger channel. I'm just trading one contract, bud. One contract. Yeah, I don't know. It happens sometimes. Sometimes, a little bit of luck helps. Sometimes, you get a bit of luck. Sometimes you don't. But I expected it to get a little bit closer to the EMA and certainly retest these highs. And the way it came down, I thought, well, it's going to no strong channels with wicks and dojis. Yeah. Trouble is, it's not very wide, which makes me think at some point it's going to break and then push up higher and then turn into something maybe like that. Well, slightly wider than that now. It's a bit different now. Let's have a look. Maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's hard to say, really. Could end up doing something like that. I don't know. It's a bit early to test this data shape, but it'd be interesting to see if it is a bigger channel like this when it's getting to this top, if it does start to come down, but I don't know. Yeah, see, 2 point. It went for 7 ticks. If you take 6 ticks or a scalp, you'd have been right there. So, and it was a perfect measured leg. And after it's broken these highs, you would expect it to come down and retest these highs, wouldn't you? Certainly to the EMA before it pushes up, but obviously there's a lot more. There's strong buyers. I think that's where it's useful having some form of order book or order flow. So if it comes back here, do you take it? Or maybe it'll break. Trouble is, how long can it go up in a small channel like that? How far has it gone up? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, nearly 30 points. Is that right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, nearly 30 points in that small channel. This is the type of second entry you want, though, not like that. To drop out here, really. So there's a first entry. It can drop down here, really, or drop out and then push up. Using the strong trends, I don't mind taking them off here. There was a second entry yesterday which came about, you know, quite a bit away from the EMA, and everyone seemed to take it. So, okay, that's dropped down.
Order submitted.
That's the second entry long. it's a risky trade, that is. Okay, come back and get me. Come on.
Order
Second
filled.
entry long. It does look like it's going to be one of those days where it could just keep pushing. I need to get above here. Okay. First entry, second entry long, broke down once, broke down twice. Damn it. Let's tick below there. Push up above this. Come on. Not a fan of taking them this far from the EMA, but sometimes on these strong trend days, it works. I have come down from that one to here. Yeah, I'm not going to come down anymore. It's risky enough as it is. Second entry long, which is ticked above. It's almost certainly going to come down and get me. It's frustrating. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about, Sam. That this is coming down to this other side here.
Order filled.
That's frustrating. One leg, two leg. Okay. One leg, two leg, back to the EMA. Come on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm not sure I know where this is. That's frustrating. I don't know where an extra channel would be, though. I've tried from there, but it's just it comes to there. That doesn't make sense. That's too far. One leg, two leg to the nearest tick. See if that can fall down and get some interest. I shouldn't have taken that. It's just too congested. Too eager to get my points back. Yeah, you'd still expect to break a new high, but I don't know, maybe it's just coming down a couple of legs. I don't know. It's looking bearish, isn't it? No, no. Oh, you idiot. Oh, my one evaluation that I've passed, I've traded it by accident. Bloody hell. Okay, so... damn it. 62 I didn't want to trade. So let's keep that out of the way. 64 I wanted to, is that right? Yeah. Blimey now. I've only traded me one I've passed. Oh, Christ. I'm going to have to put it back now, aren't I? That's frustrating. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, not by much though. I hit the wrong one. It's not by much. How much did I drop down? It's on 2,872, so I'm only about 135. I thought, damn it. I just hit the wrong one by accident. It's okay. One trade and I'll be okay. Mm-hmm. In fact, $130 short. So what I might do is do just one contract on that 162. Yeah, let's leave it. Okay, so we had a break. We had a push up. Possibly a higher low. I shouldn't have taken that. That was a poor decision, that was. Break, push higher. Let's have a look at it. No, I wouldn't have done. If that would have made it, I'd have left that one, I think. Trouble is, when you lose one, you're that a little bit too eager then to take that second. What I'm thinking, sometimes when it looks like it's going to be one of these days, every time it comes back to the EMA, Matt mentioned it the other week, every time it comes back to the EMA, he marked 2 dojis, didn't he? So you just don't know. There was nothing there, but it went up, wasn't it? But the trouble is, you can get these ideas in your head and end up getting trapped, don't they? Possible second entry short there, so I'm hoping that triggers and pushes up, because I'd still like to think we're gonna. I like the channel. Everything fits nice in the channel. I think I'd expect to go back up. Whether it ends up being something bigger or not, I don't know. Maybe something like that. In which case, I could do with a failure, really. 1 leg up, 2 legs up. I just don't want to get trapped. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of this just at the moment, just in case. And put that like that. We can get a higher low. Trouble is, we could have a leg, a couple of pushes up, and another leg. That's the problem. So we got a new low. Try to go once. I need a failure really before I can think about going long. hopefully if that ends up bearish, second entry short, hopefully if that triggers, and then we can get above there. Just check there's no okay, second entry short, I suppose.
Order submitted.
Possible failure.
Order cancelled. Order submitted.
Second entry short, if it breaks above there, it's a failure, so I'm going to put that there. Struggle lower once, struggle lower twice, failure, triggered. Second entry short there. Well, it's not a fantastic short bar. You think leg down, couple of legs up and the leg down, but it might be, but it's just starting to get a bit confusing. And while it's confusing, is that trigger below it? Hasn't. This is a failure. Perfect. Failure. Second and short there, failure. I like that. Nice big bullish bar off the
Order
entry point.
submitted.
Well, if this one fails, that's me done for the day. Just wondering whether there's going to be some shorts there, see, so I think if we can get up there. .75 points. Right down, trailer on, so size failure, push up. I do like the bar. I think when we get up here, maybe this is going to turn into a bigger channel. It might be. We've pushed our way back to this side. Try to go once, try to go lower twice. Failure, pushed up. There's the highs coming there, so once we get those highs, I'm going to get my profit in here. Go for the full 4 points. That does look like it's going to have a bit of a push. I'm just going to secure as I go on. Come on, keep going. Next bar, come on. A little bit of luck would be nice. Thought once it gets above there, it might have a push.
Order filled.
Okay. So we are now just $50 down. That's better. I was going to give it an extra tick. I wish I had done it might have been a bit more, but to be fair, I've ended up more. Look at that. That was another point away from getting it all back, but that's better anyway. So check on the left. Everything's done, isn't it? I think. Cancel all orders. Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, we're all good here. I was literally just a point off. Look at that. Getting it all back, so that's a shame. It would have been nice to get it all back, but at least I'm only a little bit down now. That's much better anyway. So the beauty is account 62 now is well back where it is, so I can get rid of that. Let's have a look. Okay, I got out the right place here. It's going a bit sideways there. Maybe it's going to come down. See if this turns into a bigger one. Maybe I can get something back, but that's okay. I can deal with that. Thanks, Ramwolf. Yeah, I think. Remember, I mentioned earlier. Who was it mentioned? Was it Sam mentioned a bigger channel? I actually put something in here, but at the time we were only about here, and I got caught taking a trade yesterday here, and it actually had one leg down, another leg down, and a bigger channel. So this looks like a bigger channel. So hopefully, if we can get back down here some more, and then maybe. So I think it's just about holding your nerve. Let's get that one out of the way. It's just about holding your nerve, because even though I'm on one contract, I still don't like to have losses. Now, the bit that pissed me off, excuse my French, more than anything, is account. My one evaluation, I accidentally selected that one. And that was down. You got the same trade, good on you, mate, and that was down. I mean, at the end of the day, we'd pushed down here, we bounced off here, we'd gone up, we tried to go lower once, tried to go lower twice. Beautiful bullish bar right on there. I think it was the best entry. And if traders are going long, they wait for the best entries to go long, and always the best entries. My problem is sometimes I'll come in too early, but I can't see a problem with that. I think that was a good trade. It was one of my better ones anyway, apart from that's a shame really, because someone mentioned, didn't take it. Oh, you didn't. I got, was it about 5 points I think I got off it. I just wanted it back, that's all. What did I get off it? Let's have a look. 4.5 points. Okay, to be fair, I came out here, so I'm quite glad, because it didn't really go much higher, maybe a point and a half or something. So I'm just frustrated about those two stupid ones. If I wouldn't have done those, then I'd have been 4.5 points up. But it's all about learning, isn't it? You live and learn, don't you? Hopefully you just keep getting better and better. So that was plus 4.5 points. That one, shame about that one. What did I lose there? I took it up too many ticks to risk as well, which was silly. 2.75 points. So I'm down 5.5. So yeah, I'm down. Thank you, Sam. Better. I mean, that was a bit. I don't think that was terrible. That was a tick off. That was a shame, that one. But that it's just clearly congested. Like somebody said, was it Craig said it? Was it who said? Not Craig, Chad. Sorry, where is he? Yeah, I think it was Chad said. Yeah, well, I wouldn't have taken that one if I would have had that loss. It's a shame, really. I thought that was going to at least touch this. But at the end of the day, we were clearly market. It could have been one leg, two leg, and at the time we were sort of coming to the top of this range, and it stopped a couple of times there and then pushed out. So you would think it would either touch this or the EMA, but it didn't. But well, you live and learn. I'm not a perfect trader. I'm an okay chart reader. My problem is leaving. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it was a terrible trade, but it wasn't a good one either. We'd only really hit this area once. If we'd have hit it twice, then maybe I'd have said, yeah, back to the EMA. So I think that was not a brilliant trade. That was just shit poor. That was stupidity, that one. That's just too eager to get me money back. It was a pullback from breakout. But I was going to get another leg down. Yeah, it's a shame about that one, but this is my journey. I'm not an expert. I've only been trading 2 years, so I'm just finding my fate. But I'm slowly building some PAs. I'm aiming in the right direction. That's the main thing. So 62 is now past. I'm missing something here. 62 is past. 64. Surely I'm trading 64, am I? Yeah. Oh, you dumbass. I traded the wrong account. I swapped over to this other PA and I haven't selected it. It's pre-allocation. It's in a zero, so I've just missed $450 going into that account. Oh, well, it's on 2-2 anyway, so that's stupid. That's a shame. Oh, God, Bennett. I checked this. I don't know what I've done wrong. So that one's on. Hold on a second. Where's my other PA? Oh, okay, the PA I got is on 1. Okay. Oh, I just missed out on $400 there. $450 for another PA, another evaluation. I can't get a grip, Lance. 4, 5, 6. I've been on 2-6 there. Got to leave stuff like that alone. That's just purely down to inexperience. There's nothing else I can say about that. That one, I don't think it was terrible, although the bit that got me interested in, we'd had 2 legs up, so I thought it was at least going to come down to the EMA, and it did. It was one tick off it, but obviously there was quite some strong buying going on, so we've had a couple of legs back here, or a leg back here. Yeah, it's just one trade, but it's all about learning, isn't it? I gotta just remember that I gotta stay out of trades like that. Congestion. That's not congestion. It's only 2 bars. That doesn't count. That's not congestion. That EMA's facing up. We've clearly come here and bounced, pushed up once, come back, try to go lower once, try to go lower twice, and it's a good bar and a good trade. And majority of the times, the good trades, the really good setups, encourage buyers. And look what happened. It encouraged buyers. I came out the right place there. It was about here. So yeah, if you're patient enough and wait for the good setups, they just work. That was maybe a little bit unlucky, but I go for 2 points. That went for 7 ticks, so it was a tick under. But it's like I say, it's one of those things. I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it. But it just goes to show, if you can try and get over those and wait for your patience, concentrate on your patience, and before you know it, 10 minutes later, we get a lovely setup, and I ended up getting 4.5. I knew it was a good setup, and I know some people say, I use your fixed points and all this, and I do sometimes, but there are some times, we had a similar trade yesterday, it dropped below and shot up quickly. There are some trades that you just got a really fair idea they're going to move up strong, in which case I'll let it go up so far, and I'll secure myself a couple of points, and then follow it up. So what I'm doing there effectively, I'm securing a scalp, and there's my, red, what's it, bar. I'm securing a scalp, and the rest is a runner, really. So So there's a possibility. Now, I don't know whether you want to do it. I'm going to do it from here personally, but we could get something like that. Now, this market does seem very strong, so I think the likelihood of us getting up there, I think, is pretty good. So we've had that one leg up and we've pulled back. I like to have 2 legs of correction there, really, but I think it's, you could say it's 1, 2 legs, I suppose. Maybe not, I don't know. One, maybe there's the leg there, push up, and another leg. I don't know, but I still expect it. It's quite strong buy in this. We had this initial drop, and from there on, it's been going up. So I'm just wondering whether this may go even wider. I don't think it will. I think that's just no. Let's just get rid of some of these because I'm getting a bit. Let's put that there. And let's move that up to there. Perfect. That was a shame too. I don't like 2 losses really. I think 1 is enough. That was a shame, but that one, stupidity, but there you go. A guy, Martin Keychak, I think his name was, sent me a message a couple of months ago now, and I liked it that much I printed out, and it said, the message was, it seems like despite everything man hear or read, and despite best intentions, it's still necessary to experience moments of madness and impulsive trades to finally be forged into a great trader. I really believe that. I mean, I've been doing this 2 years, so I've literally just scratching the intermediate level. I've maybe just passed the basics and the beginner, and I'm moving on now where I need to start, shaping and forming my craft. And you're still going to take silly trades like that. A little bit of emotions there. I think more emotions that got me into that trade after that loss. That one was maybe a little bit naive. After we've had some strong moves, maybe a bit naive. But if we put that as a perfect measured leg, so if you're going to scalp that for a point or 6 ticks, you might call it a good trade. But because I go for a little bit more, but there you go. I mean, if I lost 2.5 there, and I made 4.5 there, that's 1.75 points more. So it was still worth it to do the extra points. But well, it happens, isn't it? But part not a little bit naive. A little bit lack of experience. There you go. It almost seems like a leg push up and another leg, doesn't it? But how far do I bring this down before it? In fact, you could almost call this. I was just thinking if we had something like that. Touch there. I don't know. It's just what do you guys feel about that? I'd like a bit of feedback there. I'm not sure whether that would be. It's almost look like a spike in channel, isn't it? I don't know. It's just the way it's touching there, nice and nice. Let's just put it back for now. Let's leave it there for now. Okay. The back end doesn't look that nice, does it? Maybe. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. Let's leave it as it is. If it is C, this may come back a bit further, in which case this could be a leg and a leg. And the reason I noticed it, because we've only really had one touch along the back, but we've got this level, haven't we? So we'll see if it breaks out here. If it continues to push higher, then yeah, we'll go with that. I mean, we touch there, touch there, touch there, touch there. It's not so much important whether we touch at the back. Sometimes it's just it's a nice feeling to say, okay, well, it's touched there 3 times as well. But okay, so we've come back and we've got this bar here. So That to me is not a great bar to go long, really. Might be about to roll over, you reckon? So it depends how strong buying it is. But I'll need to wait for a higher low, really, for it to start moving back up. You're short NQ, are you? Oh, nice one. Good on you, Indy. It's nice when a cock up goes in your favour, doesn't it? Good on you, mate. Yeah, I forgot you can trade your own cash account as well, can't you? See, realistically, that could just be a channel with a break, couple of pushes up to a new high. Couldn't it, really? So this might be coming down, so I've got to be careful. So I've just got to keep that in mind, that channel. In fact, to be honest with you, it's probably not very sensible to have that channel there for now, is it? If we start to work up, then maybe, yeah. But at the moment, we've had this channel, we've had a break. 2 pushes up to a new high, so that's played out technically. It comes back in, starts working higher, then yeah, but could have a leg, breaking a leg. You just don't know. It might start to come down. At least we know this and this and this and this all line up. So maybe as it is, it just, I don't know whether it's just looking more of a, you know, sometimes it's easier to do it from there. Yeah, then we're looking more, I don't know, forget it. Carry on forever, can't you? Okay, so we've had this leg down. New high there. Try go out once. Yeah, see, there may be some longs there, thinking, you know, I don't know, which is triggered. Tea time, yeah, you're right, mate. So look, what time is it? How long have we been going for? Nearly 2 hours. I just don't want to miss this in case it does go higher or lower. The big money is to the downside. I can't remember looking at the daily. See there, just wondering whether there's any shorts there. So if we can get a fairly going up, so zoom in a bit. I've got to sit patiently and wait for these. I like that. I think that was a really nice trade. Try go low once, try go low twice, failure. And you can tell when they're nice trades because look, there's obviously a lot of traders in there because it's a sensible trade. That one came back a bit. Sorry, when was the one I got? That one came back a bit, just not quite enough. At the time, I didn't realise we were in this bigger channel. But that one, just now and again, I think they'll work. But it's clear. I should have just left that, to be honest with you. You know, when you think lots of little bars, maybe it's going to continue up. Guarantee if I leave that, it'll rocket up. If I jump in it, takes you out. Naive, inexperienced, those will start to fade away at some point. I've been including a cash account in Replicanto just to generate money to pay for a lifetime Apex license on my PAs. Good on you, mate. Thought I'd taken it off. Yeah, that's the trouble. If you've got 10 accounts, you've got to pay $1,400, haven't you, for your PAs, which is quite pricey. You think so? I hope you're right, mate. I just don't know what's happening at the moment. I mean, I think the safest option is to say there's clearly a nice trend there. We've had a break of it. We've had one push up, another little push up, and we've had 3 pushes up to a new high. Try go higher once, try go higher twice. Maybe it will drop down, but I'd rather wait for a failure. The trouble is, it could be one leg. We've had this couple of pushes up. It could be one leg down. It couldn't. Well, I don't think it's going to work higher now, but yeah, I'd be nervous about going there. But you were right, Harjit. Good on you, mate. I'm assuming you got in there, did you? To be honest with you, there was a bullish bar. There was a couple of bulls there, so maybe people are thinking we're going higher. Obviously there was some longs there, as we know. And that's broken that. Maybe some there. But this could be 2 legs. And it still might go higher. It's just maybe just flushing out some... let's have a look. Maybe just flushing out some... let's have a look. We're just flushing out some longs before it goes higher, don't I? Now, let's have a look. That's what I was thinking there. Maybe a spike and channel, top, bottom. I'd rather it go up to the top and come down the bottom again before I think about going along there. But it's possible. I still think we've had that one leg up. I still think it's likely that we make this other leg up. We've only come down so far, but let me have a look. We haven't had much in the way of a range yet. Pushed up a little bit of sideways and up before we go up again. I don't know, but we haven't really had a range. We've had a small one down here, small one down there. We've pushed up, we've come back down, we pushed up. We haven't really gone sideways yet. There is no one interested in buying above 4,200. Okay, guys, I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break, make myself a cup of tea. But at least we're more or less back to where we were anyway, with 50, well, a point down. I can live with that. That one I don't think was terrible. We were a tick away from the profits there, which is a shame, but that one just down to lack of experience. It all fits nice in there, and you know, when you get the idea that, oh, maybe it's one of those days where it just continues higher, but there is 1, 2, 3 legs in there. Sometimes there's 2 legs, sometimes you'll get 3, and then maybe I should have realised that, but it's clearly congested. If anything, I need to learn from that one. Forget what it might be, this might be that. It's congested and I shouldn't have taken it. But just after that, a little bit of frustration after that loss, and sometimes when you're a little bit frustrated, as we know from all the psychology books, sometimes when you take a loss, you can get into other trades a bit too quick. So perhaps I need to focus on maybe taking a break for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break, make myself a cup of tea, and I will be back. What's that? There we go. 5 minutes. Okay. So, okay, what did I miss? Not a lot. Fantastic. Yeah, could do a bunch of things here, couldn't it? Move that a minute. That measured legs played out, one leg, two leg down to here. So, touch once, touch twice. Short to a trend channel, break, new low. Second entry short, doji, so it's a crap one anyway. Are we going up or down? I'd still like to think. I haven't got a clue at the moment, really. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's something like that. Touched. It's hard to say really whether it's here or here. I don't know, maybe. Let's make that a bit darker. There's a failure there, but we're still under the EMA, so it's just... touch. Has he not? I've just been looking at it on the Facebook group, and Jope and Daniel both took that one. Unfortunately, they didn't take that one or that one. I'm frustrated about those. If I'd have left that would have done me nice for the day. God, if I can get 4.5 points every day, I'll be chuffed to bits. How you doing, Wood? How do you see penguins? Are you part of the forum? Are you? Because I know he's got he's got a chargeable thing. He doesn't trade live though, does he? Unfortunately, I wish he would. I think I'd probably watch him myself. But I do like Penguin. He's a very technical trader, and I like that. And he shows the odd loss he does as well, which I like that as well. I think that's if you do that, I think that's a solid trader. That is. That to me is 2 legs back. Try and go on. Strike-wise failure triggered. Didn't stop you out. I like to think it's going up, but who knows? Anybody else got this channel like this or not? Yeah, his website. Yeah, I had a look at it a couple of days ago. But he doesn't trade live, does he? No live. Just tells you how he sees the market. Since I scalped 2 points, I like to see how he goes. Yeah, I think there's definitely, if you can understand and read the market well, I think on the odd occasion you can take more points, and I think it's worth it because there are a lot of points available sometimes. If you're a smart enough trader to identify moves, maybe, I don't know, leg, and if you had a perfect, correction down here, we had another leg and you could clearly see it working, then, you got the confidence. But he seems quite confident enough to go even for 1 to 2. If he's risking, say, I don't know, 2.5 points, he'll go for 5 and he'll just leave it. He posts every hour from 8 a.m. So he posts his trades. What does he charge, mate? If he posts, that would work better with me because obviously I can't have anybody else's live stream on, really. A lot from, I think he's... Oh, is that all it is? Oh, I might pay that then. Just have him on a separate screen. Just to maybe compliment my trading. I do like him, though. I think he's a good trader. He's one of the best traders that I think I watch. It's a double... What Mac charges a year? It is double, so not too bad. Yeah, it's okay. If there's a lot of live, isn't it? He's doing a lot of live stuff, so yeah, I do like him. I watch his channel every evening, and he's very confident in what he does. But he does strike me as he's been doing it for quite a number of years. But yeah, you got to tap into these guys and learn from. I do, I follow other people. I always look at Marco's trades. I always watch Max, who was talking about. I think it's just called Penguin Trades. He puts his bar by bar on Facebook. He doesn't trade live, but you can pay. I think what's it, $25 a month, and I think he posts pictures or something. Posts his charts. I think it's just called Penguin Trades. But he puts his bar by bar and he goes either 1 to 1 or 1 to 2. So he'll risk 1 to make 1 minimum. So 1 to 1 minimum and then sometimes 1 to 2. So he'll double. But he's a good trader. He certainly sounds like he knows what he's doing. Well, no, I think he does. He does. I shouldn't say sounds like it. He does. When I look at it and it makes everything he says makes perfect sense. Yeah, Penguin Trades. Definitely worth looking. He posts his videos usually, I don't know, well, a couple of hours after I finish, 2-3 hours maybe, something like that. A couple of hours. But he's very good. Yeah, but I would like to take more points if they're available. The trouble is I haven't got the luxury of trading 5 contracts. If I was trading 5 contracts, I may scalp a 1.5 or something like that and then run the rest, but I tend to run my whole thing. Once it goes up so far, I'll drop my stop in to secure myself some points and then just hope it goes higher and I'll just move my stop as it goes. Unfortunately, sometimes if it goes to 3 and comes back and gets me, it does on the odd occasion. But Thomas Wade has a 35, but it's not live. No, he's not live, Thomas Wade. In all fairness, Thomas Wade used to show a lot of his live trades, and he used to have quite a fair few losses, in my honest opinion. And I might upset a few people here today, but I think the Penguin guy is a better trader personally. I just think I could get more value from him. He's got more of what I want, but I think he's more of a technical trader than Thomas. Although Thomas is a lovely guy, but he tends to scalp. But I watched a lot of his trades, a year and a half ago when he used to post a lot of them, and some of the trades he took, I think, were probably some of the trades I take questionable. But I do rate the Penguin guy. I think he's a really good trader, I think. And he never pushes it past targets. Very sobering trading, not showing off at all. Absolutely, no. He's very, very grounded, isn't he? Down to earth. Yeah, I do watch him every day. I'm going to pay that $25 a month, and just if I can have something pop up on a separate screen just to maybe help confirm what I'm doing. But more animals, pandas, gorillas, penguins trading. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. What did someone say, mate? Was it a badger or something? I can't remember. I don't know. Yeah, penguin combined Mackinac Brooks really understands it. Yeah, he certainly does. Yeah, he certainly does. Yeah, $25 not a lot to pay, is it? I mean, crikey, if you can save half a point on one contract, that's more than paid yourself. So we are slowly grinding up here, but I haven't seen any type of entry that would. The trouble is, we could have a push down and a little bit of working up and then another push down. I'm not really convinced this channel's right, although it does look okay. Touches nice here, touches a couple of times here. 1, 2, 3. Anybody else got that channel like this? It sort of fits. But when you sort of doubt yourself. Yeah, I mean, it clearly looks. I mean, if this is a channel, I'll expect it to continue to work up. But sometimes if there's uncertainty, it's almost like an upside down bull flag. This push down up a bit and then down again. I think once we get above a certain. Yeah, that's my. Oh, you have got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks okay. It's just, I mean, you guys can see me and compare me to yours, but I can't see yours. I've got it drawn like you. Just looks a little slopier. Yeah. Yeah. I've got it right to here. Touching nice, but the trouble is, unless you have a really good bar there, it's likely these mediocre bars. So if you'd taken, no, there was a failure there, but it wasn't that good really. But I can't see any real entry. Maybe that one off the lower part, small risk. I don't know, but I want something sort of more spectacular, a little bit, something like this that's push up, come back once, come back twice. We haven't really had anything like that, have we? What I don't want to do now is, as I'm a point off back to where I were. I seem to do that, lose one or two and then get it back. So all I need to do is work on being a little bit, because, I think, people like Jope and I think he's a good trader. Jope, he's been trading quite a while, and Daniel, obviously. And they both took that trade. And you can see why, couldn't you? It was a solid trade. There was a bunch of us took it. So I need to just be patient and just stay away from these slightly more risky ones, because I'd have been nicely up there and that would have done me. You only need one good trade a day and that's it. You're home and off and running. Slowly grinding up. But the trouble is, if you just jump in, sod's law, it'll come down and bounce again. So we've got a new low here. Yeah, it's a shame when it just goes. So where are we going to land? I think that is probably, yeah, touch a few times there. Touch. Let's see if we break through here or bounce off here. Let's make this a different colour. Orange. Let's make this a bit lighter. No, a bit darker. Okay. Yeah, trouble is sometimes that can pick up a few longs and all of a sudden, wham. It just does look congested there, doesn't it? It's not ideal, really. Do you know what? This is looking like a bull flag. We push up like that, we go sideways up a bit, and then push up again. So I wouldn't be shocked if we had that other leg. Might even be from here. Break, new high, two-legged correction. Possible. See if we can work up in a nice channel there. Staying out of bad trades is just as important as getting into good ones. Never a true word is spoken, mate. I like that. Staying out of bad trades is just as important getting into good. Yeah, that's a nice. I like that saying, mate. Sometimes these little words, these little sentences stick in your head. Yeah, it's not about getting in good trades, is it? It's about staying out of bad ones as well. Getting in good trades is only the half of it. Okay, so we have broken that. Now let's see. Let's see if we can maybe work down a bit. Okay, touch. Maybe we're going to go so far and then just start pushing, I think. And that's an impulse, yeah. The only thing I can see there is we had a small bar right at the bottom, so maybe they're thinking if we're going to take a bar and a risk, it's a small one. And it's a 1.25 that. It's about the smallest bar in that. If you're going to take a risk, 1, 2. In fact, it sat really 1, 2, twice there, and the third time it sat on it. So maybe that's the catalyst. So it could go up this, back once, back twice. I wouldn't be surprised if that pushes out the top. I wouldn't be shocked if it does something like that. Or somewhere along that lines, maybe. Something like that. Oh, I hate that. Let's make that a bit darker so I can see it a bit. That's the important one at the moment. So we've got a short-term trend channel working up there. A bit of a break. Penguin Trades has a live room for members. Yeah, he does. But it's just sort of general chit-chat, isn't it? He doesn't live... I don't know why he does. If he live streamed, he'd have a lot of people pay to watch him. He doesn't even need to say anything, does he? He doesn't need comments or anything like that. He could just zoom it. I don't know why he doesn't. Just zoom it. Charge, what, $7,500 a month? People will pay that to watch him. If you're a good trader, people will pay to watch you. I mean, if you pay $100 a month, crikey, you've only got to do half a decent trade. And that's paid for itself. Someone should message him and say, mate, if he starts live streaming, I'll happily jack mine in and pay to watch him. So I'm not proud. As far as I'm concerned, if someone's better than me and they're streaming, I'll watch them. No, for me, there's no competition. It's not about competition. We're all in the same thing. You know, someone said to me the other day, can they advertise their streaming site on here? I've got no problem with that. I don't mind. People want to watch me, they want to watch me. This is just me, my journey, really. You guys watch me and it makes me act a little bit more sensibly. I mean, you wouldn't think so taking that, but that's the general idea. But if someone's a good trader and they're streaming and I think I can get value from them, I'll absolutely watch them. Even you, Toad. I'll watch anybody. If someone's good at it, I don't mind. But people do seem to. We have had some. What's it stopped streaming? Is it? Well, he hasn't streamed for a week. The Moo Moo guy. And Wilson. I think Wilson's having some problems as well. I did message him actually. He was trading. Do you remember when he was trading 20p accounts? He was trading 20p accounts. And one of the last videos I saw of him, it said one $300,000 evaluation, 19 $50,000 evaluation. So that tells me he's blown his 20p accounts. Now, if he is, no wonder he's taking a break off the poor bloke, because he's probably feeling sick as a pig. I know I would. I mean, the effort to get to 20, and it's not just that. If you're paying $140, that's 20 accounts. If you're paying a one-off fee, that's $2,800 to those accounts, and it's a shame to lose those. But he's clearly done it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing another 20 evaluations. But it is a shame. I don't like seeing anybody really struggling, especially when they seem to do. Because maybe going back a year and a half ago, he was trading on a demo, and he was trading large amounts, but on a demo, and he was killing it. He was killing it on a demo. But as soon as he moved to evaluations, just found it a bit hard, obviously, you know, just the stress. But it just goes to show you can be a really good trader. And as soon as you have that pressure and stress of money, it turns you into someone else. Got to be careful here, because if this is a channel, it's 3/4 of the way over, so it's not the ideal place to buy there. I'm just going to remove that in a minute. It's just a bit confusing, but oh, you know what I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if it did something, you know, like a mirror image of that. Eventually came back a bit and pushed out strong, but got to be careful taking trades this far into the channel. Who's got a tells you got a Discord, have you? I never knew that. You never told me that. I'll have to have a look. Trouble is, like Sam, another sort of buddy of mine from Scotland, Five trader. He's got a what's it? But it's having time to get into it. See, I thought about getting the Gorilla Guy for a month. I know you like his style. Yeah, the trouble is with my own stream, it's hard to do, isn't it? And to be honest with you, I've asked a few people and they go, yeah, it's all right. I don't see, you know, some people say he takes trades outside of his normal streaming time. So I don't know. I'm not getting masses of feedback from people. Look at that. Okay, I'm not getting masses of feedback, so I don't really know, mate. Okay, interesting, very interesting. I didn't expect that. Try go once, try go twice, fail, come strong back down. This is where you got to be careful. He was actually on the stream, wasn't he, a while back? Oh, see that? Nice strong bounce there. He came back on the stream. He was. Oh dear. He was chatting on the stream for a while. A month ago. He just popped in for half an hour. Yeah, Sam, it's hard to say, isn't it? Told you once is interested above. Told you no one is interested. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Maybe they're not, mate. Maybe they're not. It is topping out. In fact, didn't I have a range there a while ago? Yeah, I did, didn't I? It broke above it a bit. Yeah, in fact, it went up, tried to go up once more, tried to go up a third time, and then just tanked. Yeah, I think you're right, mate. There isn't much interest there, is there? So we've had a break, pushed up one leg, 2 legs back, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they'll have another go. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I could do a chat to someone who spent some time on the stream, whether they see it getting value. Is that there's a guy who comes here now and again? Is Ekitri or something like that? He mentioned to me he trades very similar to me, where he tries to go for more points. Obviously, he's a bit more successful than me, but channel there, breakout. It's a breakout of this. Would you trade that? Oh, I don't know. It's risky, isn't it? We got a channel there. We've had a break. New low. Would you take that? God, it's tempting, isn't it? Tempting. In fact, I kind of like that.
Order submitted.
I don't like the way it's stalling,
Order
though.
cancelled.
Sometimes, it lets them move a little bit, doesn't he? The penguin guy lets them start to move a bit before he gets in. Okay, 1, 2, 3 times. It's a triple test, isn't it?
Order filled.
Let's do it. It's a triple test. 1, 2, 3. Now I ain't going to be greedy. 89, 2.5 points. It's a triple test. It's broken out the bottom and pushed up. I've gone 1 tick above it. Let's just go for 2 points. 89, 90. Let's just go for 2 points. I don't want to be greedy. Just get up to the EMA. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Triple test. Well, gotta be done. Gotta be done. Two, three. Just going to go for 2 points back to the EMA. I don't want to be greedy. Short-term trend channel break, new low. Strong push up. 1, 2, 3. It's a triple test. And it's a triple test I've got a bad feeling about. Oh, go on, be lucky. Give me a bit of luck. Come on, get above here and I'll be okay then. Come on, push up. Come on. A few more, 3 or 4 more ticks. Go on. Push up. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, it's not looking good now. Ah, it's a shame. I know it's not over yet, but I like that. It's a triple test. 1, 2, 3. It may work. I've just... I don't know. It's looking more and more doubtful. If we can get above here, I think we're okay. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to take 2 points. It's just a bit bigger risk than I wanted, really. Come on, above here, and I think we're okay. Try to go 1, try to twice. There's a failure there. If we can break above there, I think we'll be okay. Just take the way it's going up and falling. Come on. If I can get above there, I think we're golden. Come on, a little bit of luck. Oh no, I hate that. Oh dear. I want to come out of this. I want to come out. I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't say that. Big leg down. Don't say big leg down. I just like the bar. Come down once, twice. It's a triple test. 1, 2, 3. Max says it'll work.
Order filled.
Tosser. Oh, that's annoying. It took me out for more than I wanted as well. Bollocks. Oh, I just had a bad feeling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4.25 points. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. Everything's out, isn't it? Oh, I liked it. We came down, we went up, we bounced once, twice, triple test, broke below, pushed up. Ah, so annoying. Oh, it's so annoying. When it went back up, I so nearly got out of it, but every time I get out of it, it works. Count that as a triple test. It's just, I don't know. It's just we came up, we bounced there once, went up, bounced twice, went up, bounced 3 times. You maybe think after this we'd push up. Oh, that's a shame. I just hate it when it takes you out for more. It was a 2.75 risk and I ended up getting out for more. It bloody annoys me, that does. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4.25 points. It comes that quick. It just doesn't work on your stop. That's annoying. That's so annoying. Oh, it's annoying. Okay, we're coming down now then, are we, do you think? I hate it when it takes you out for more. Yeah, too late now though. Can't just jump in. Hey, I'll fire. Yeah, take it easy, bud. Take it easy, mate. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. Yeah, you got no choice really when you stream if it comes with the territory, but yeah, it's all part of it, isn't it? We've got a new high there. I got one says a failure there. I just can't take it at the moment. As tempted as I am. That's a shame. I thought that was a triple test there. It's clearly going sort of sideways. 1, 2, 3. Oh well. Just hate it when it takes you out for more than your point. You stop. Good afternoon, Edward. How are you? Not sure if there's a spike in channel down here or what. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Maybe. Got a new high here. Triangle once, triangle twice. Maybe that one will fail. Yeah, it does feel like it's going to be down, doesn't it? It's finding a decent entry though, isn't it? I go once, I go twice. Yeah, exactly right, mate. So possibly a hidden second entry short, we'll see. Get a short ready just in case.
Order submitted.
Could be a hidden second entry short. I like that. I'm going to take that. Catch
Order
me.
submitted.
I like the way it dropped down quick there. Told me there was some shorts under there, so see if we can get something back here. So we've got it looks like one leg, two legs. Hopefully we get a decent push down now. Come on. Keep going. Come on. I'm going to secure something at least. I'm going to put it there, break even. It does look to me like it's going to... Well, let's put it back. Let's put it back. I'd expect another leg down here. I like the way it dropped really quickly, which is telling me there's a lot of interest in that. Come on. There we go. Come on. Beautiful. There's that measured leg. I'm keeping it as tight as I can.
Order filled.
There we go. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad. I love that trade. It just seems like they're struggling to get up. We broke above there, came down really strong. Came down here, broke above. I love the way. See that happened yesterday with the barge. Remember, it went up and it just, you're thinking one leg, two leg. Right around here, there's going to be some shorts and wham, it dropped. So I just jumped in there quick. Exactly the same happened yesterday. Do you remember that? Let's have a look. See yesterday's trade. Where was it? I can't remember what it was now. It was, but it just, see how quick it moved? And that tells me there's some shorts in that trade, so I'm up nicely now, so that's fantastic. So, well, I'm out for the day. Brilliant. That's better. Thank you, Sam. So, I just need to... what I'll do at the end of every day, see, I'll come back to the computer in the evening and I'll look at my trades and think what was poor, what was, you know, so-and-so, so-and-so. That was clearly an okay trade. That opinion. So we almost had a leg and it was like a hidden second entry short. But when it went to here, you see it dropped quickly. That tells me there's some shorts, and then it did exactly the same on a trade lately. It started like this and went down. It went up really quick. Do you remember I went to move my stop up, didn't I? And it took me out yesterday. So those bars, that's twice that's happened. So obviously, you know, this is pushing down. We come back and retest these, the support here. And as soon as we hit that, wham, it dropped down. What was that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 3/4 points in a split second. That tells me we're going south, and I come out of the perfect place there, right at that measured move. So look, yeah, about point, maybe less than that. It's 2 points. About a point off the bottom, which is perfect. So sometimes if you're just patient and you wait, I'm so glad, to be honest with you. But what I will say is I was down 250 in fees, 209, less than $300 trading one contract. Now, a few months ago, trading two contracts, I'm down two trades. It could be $500-600. I was, so it's definitely better. And then I walk the dot. What do I miss there? I'm short. NQ. Risk few ticks above high. Yeah. Signal bar hit the high and moved. Happens fast. Yeah, it's nice when it works, isn't it? But it's after this, it's clearly struggling to get up, and it's struggling to get up because I thought that triple test was a winner there. Now, you may call that a bit congested. It probably is, but the fact that there's just not a lot of interest in, it was RG mentioned, there's not a lot of interest in buying. So it gets above here, there's nothing, and then it came down strongly. So that was a bit misguided, I think. But, you're going to make mistakes. The only way you learn is to make mistakes. So at least I've come back in the end, so that's nice anyway. So what did I get off that one? Let's work out what's the scores on the doors. 76.5, so 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.25 points. Fantastic. So that's saved my arse. Plus 8.25. So that's covered my arse there. So what am I up? So I'm down 5.5. So I'm down a point. Take a point of that. Technically, I'm up 7 points. Is that right? So that one as well, didn't I? What did I lose there? 89. Oh, that's frustrating because you end up losing more because it moves quickly. 6, 7, 8, 9. Down 4.5 points. That's a shame. Oh, it's a real shame. I could have been down 4.5 points. So minus. What am I doing? What am I hitting? Minus 4.5. Bloody lucky to get all that back. So okay, so that one squared that one off. 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5. So I'm up 2.25 points for the day. Another second entry, yeah, it could be. One leg, two legs. Yeah, I like that bar.
Order filled.
I like that. Hidden second entry short there. Oh no. I've been too hasty there. I've been too hasty. I want to get out of this. I've been too hasty. I want out of this. I don't like what that did there. Get me out. Come on, get me out, please. Get me out. 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 Tick. Tick. Please. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Order filled.
Price for that. Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot. Oh. Okay, so it was okay in the end. It looked like a hidden second entry short and it would have worked, but get a grip, Lance. Way too hasty there. At least I got a tick. Way too hasty. I shouldn't have just done that. I shouldn't have just done that. I think I need to go away and have a think about things. I think another second entry right there. Tiny signal bar, yeah. I should have. I jumped in quick. What was it? It's 1.25. See the way it jumped up? I just thought I've made a mistake here. Do you know what it was, Jay? I looked at it too quick and decided. And see, it came down and shot up. I thought we're going to have a leg and another leg, and I just thought, oh, after that, getting all that back, I've made a stupid mistake. So I got out for a tick. I'm just putting that down to sheer just too, you know what I'm saying? I just got into that too quick. That was just stupid and careless. Why can I not highlight that? Touched, yeah, yeah. It was a second entry short, nice small bar. Oh, I see now. Got in late. Yeah, I got in late. Where was it? Yeah, not massively late. Oh no. Oh yeah, it was. It was about there, wasn't it? Yeah, I just saw it and jumped in, and it just. I got out for a tick anyway, so I got to stop doing that. So, you know, sometimes when you've just got on a trade and you feel a little bit elated, and you see something, you think, "Oh, another one." But look, I'd have waited down the bottoms there, and look, it's popped out of there. Now it might come down bearish, but second entry short, that might be a lower high. See what happens, but it didn't come down very far, considering it was a second entry short and a lovely little bearish bar. But I got in here and we had that quick shoot up, and I thought, oh my god, what have I done? Yeah, that's it, mate. Emotions are, mate. How long have I been trading now? 3 hours. Yeah, it has been an emotion day. At least I've managed to get up by... that was a tick I got there. Yeah, I got to slow down a little bit, calm down a little bit. Slow down a bit. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades in that one. That's too much. Got an easy 2 points. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I get a trade and become even more protective. Yeah, to be honest with you, Bud, if I start with the winner, I usually do, but I start with two. Started with 2 losses, which just it is emotions. That's all it is. I don't feel the pressure when I'm down that I do. Yeah, look, if you'd have stayed in that trade, you'd be shitting bricks now, wouldn't you? The trouble is, when you've had something like that, a second entry short, touch, you'd expect to get to the lows. So I'd have holded on there. Holded, that word. I'd have held on there. I mean, trades like that which push up and all of a sudden drop, that tells me there's all of a sudden a lot of shorts gone in that to push that down that quick. So those are the trades you've got to keep an eye out for. But yeah, emotions are getting the better of me a bit. So yeah, I got an easy 2 points out of that. Good for you, mate. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Don't worry. At least I'm up. Thank God for that. I've got to slow down and be more selective. Okay, so I'd have been alright anyway. That's where I got in. But it almost looks like it's going. Oh, another quick bar going south. Look at that. That's sold off really quickly. Now, ordinarily, I'd jump in a trade like that, but I'm not going to at the moment. But it'd be interesting to see if it does push down strong. It is a bit crazy day. Yeah, still green. Push up. In fact, it's it's a lower high, isn't it? But I've had enough today. I'm green. That's the main thing. See, these nerves and emotions will slowly decrease over time. But the trouble is, those 2 losses, I got to stop doing that, really. That really is a guess into, yes, it's a lower high, doesn't mean it's coming down. It's a little bit unfortunate, but it's still quite a poor setup. If we'd hit 1, 2, 3 times, then maybe, yeah, go for something like that. So in future, I've got to leave those alone. That one was just pure idiocy. That was just pure stupidity. It's clearly congested. I'm thinking big trendy, I want to get part of it. You know, sometimes you see these trends and before you know it, they're up here and you're thinking, what have I missed? So that I should have lost. I'll forgive myself for that because it was a tick away and it was a lower high, but it's in this range really, so I shouldn't be shorted anyway. Sorry, in this channel. So that one was good. That one was good. That one, I thought it was. It looked like a triple test. But the fact is, I should realise that every time it's getting up here, it's just losing that interest. So maybe, and not only that, if I'm honest, 1, 2, it's clearly congested. So I should have just left that. I need to be more selective. Okay, so we've had a little bit of break here and a lower high, but it's too far away from the EMA, and I've had enough today anyway. There's nothing worse than ended up back in the green and then losing it again after you've had a tough day. But it's not easy trading. It does take time. You know, every year you carry on, you get better and better. But I am building account now, and these 3 PAs I've got up to just under $1,000 each in the last about 8 days, 7 days, say. Less than that, 6 days, 7 days. This is the 7th day. So my target, if you ask me what I'd ideally want trading one contract, is an average of $100 a day, which is an average of 2 points a day. That's $500 a week. That's $2,000 a month per account. You have 10 accounts. That's a potential $20,000. Anything else on top of that's a bonus. Now, if you get a good trade, you might be up $300 in one day, $400, and you know, but that'd be the ideal. But in 7 days, up nearly $100,000. I've done nearly 10 days of trading there. So tomorrow will be about, I think tomorrow's day 7. So they're up nicely actually. So I'm doing okay. They're building up slowly. I don't get as stressed when I lose trades because I'm only losing half the amount. But what I do need to be aware of is I don't think the trade was terrible. It was just misguided. That one was just stupid. That one was based on the emotions of losing that trade. So what I think I need to do is if I lose a trade, just take a quick 5-minute break and a cup of tea. And obviously over time, they'll just bother me less and less. But at the moment, see, when you're sort of new in your career and you haven't made consistent gains, you still question, can I do it? Can I really do it? If you make money every month for 6 months, obviously your psychology is going to change and you're going to think, if I have a bad day, so what? The last 6 months I've made money, but so it takes time, doesn't it? It takes time to start to believe in yourself because, you know, you hear people withdrawing those huge amounts of money, more money than you ever dream you'd ever earn, and you still doubt yourself and think, can I do this? Do I need to have a bit of luck? Do I need to revenge trade to get a bit lucky? And the only thing I hadn't done is brought my contract size down. And in all fairness, it's probably one of the first things I should have done. That's just ignorance, that is, on my behalf. Thinking I know better, trying to run before I can walk. You get a couple of easy days and you think, yeah, I've got this sewn up. You up your contract size. Up the contract size isn't the problem. It's the psychological side of the losses that's the problem, not the actual losses, because I believe I can trade well enough to be able to slowly build an account. But just that psychological stuff that messes with your head, it's so hard to deal with. And the only way to reduce that is to reduce your risk. It's common sense, you'd think, but obviously my stupid brain hasn't really clicked up until now because I'm too busy trying to rush things and you know. But, you know, it's all part of it. You know, a lot of us do it. Most of us do it. Well, we all do it to a degree. Some people learn a bit quicker than me. I'm just a bit stubborn. You know, sometimes I think I know best. And I've had people saying it. A buddy of mine, Marlon, I chat to most days, has been saying, "Oh, reduce your contract size," and I've been saying, "Yeah, I will," and I haven't been. So he's been telling me, and I just haven't been listening. But I did mention to him, and I said, "You should have told me," and he has been for the last 12 months. But it is what it is. I've been trading for 2 years this style, max. It was the beginning of June, year before last I joined, and about 6 months before that, I started from a complete beginner trading currency. So really, not long. not long, 2.5 years. Learning yourself isn't really long. You know, I'd say 2 years, maybe start to make money. 3 years, maybe better. 4 or 5 years, consistently easy. You know, but I believe, and I'm starting to believe, I can build an account. But the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? I managed to build one account, but you know, I could have had a good month. Things seem to go well, but build an account for a month is one thing. Build an account 3, 4, 5 months in a row is another thing. And I think my biggest problem is just too much risk. I just can't handle the risk, and if you can't handle the risk, you have to do something. So the second trade I took was very congested. That one there, absolutely. There's no other word for that bar, congestion. It's clearly shit. Who was it mentioned? I think it was Chad mentioned, if I wouldn't have taken that loss, I probably wouldn't have taken that. Because usually if I take a win at first, I'm very, very cautious about taking another one. I'm a bit frustrated about that because my risk was 2.75 points, and because it came down so quick, it sometimes by the time it triggers it's gone past your stop, and you end up losing a chunk. I mean, if you were trading through the news and that shot down to where you could be out for 10, but it could wipe your account out. That's why you've got to be so careful about trading news. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing these because hopefully once you do that a few times and next time you end up getting a bit of congestion, you think, I can't take that congestion. But sometimes you're that eager to want to do well and to want to make money. Like that thing I read to you earlier, I'll read it again. I really like this. A guy called Martin Kichak sent it me. And it said, it seems that despite everything man hear or read, and despite our best intentions, it's still necessary to experience moments of madness and impulsive trading to finally be forged into a great trader. I really liked what he sent me there, so I printed it out on a bit of paper and I'll look at it now and again. Not enough actually, but I really like that. Sometimes people put things into words just beautifully. I was having a bit of a tough day and he messaged me that, and it just, sometimes people can say the right things and it just give me a real mental lift. Because we all do it. Everyone goes through it. No one's born a great trader. Maybe a few people it comes natural to, but most of us it doesn't. Most of us have got to work at it. Why is that down there? Where was the trade I took? Oh, it was up here, wasn't it? Yeah. So that trade saved my bacon. It's just a bloody shame about those two, and that one I could have been up even if I'd have taken that one. But it's funny, isn't it? It did exactly the same yesterday. We had one bar, it went up so high and dropped. That tells me there's a load of buy orders in there, and to drop a bar that quick, there's got to be a lot of contracts on there. Now, if people can afford the amount of contracts to push down that bar, they're way better than I am, so I'm going to follow them. And I did, and look what happened. And exactly the same happened yesterday. Where's that bar? And it didn't happen instantly. It took maybe 7, 8, 10 seconds. It did exactly the same yesterday. I'll find it quickly. Where is it? Trading charts. Yeah, let's have a look. Just going to bring this in quickly. Zoom in. That one there. That trade I took there. We were clearly working up sideways. We had a push back up, came down and retested this line, came down there, and that one bar there, as it came down, it shot up quickly. Yeah, and then it came down a bit more and then went woof like that. Exactly the same as that one there. Exactly the same. We broke out, we came back and retested that and dropped. We broke out, we came back and retested that once, retested it twice, and woof, off it went. And that one jumped from there to there, and I hit my buy button and it shot up exactly the same there. It came back, retested that. So when you see that quick movement, it's really good to get in there, or it's worked for me 2 days in a row, put it that way. Yeah, losers can make you lesser focus on finding another trade to make up. Yeah, it can. And then it can spiral downwards hard and fast. I'll tell you what saved my bacon, though, DBK, is dropping down to one contract. 3 trades, and I was down 200. Was it 3 trades? No, was it? I'd lost 2, won 1, and lost the third one. So I'd lost 3 and won 1. So I was down about $275. So with fees, $300. I can deal with that, a $300 loss. I used to lose that in one trade sometimes with, going for 2 contracts, but it doesn't have the same effect on me. It's easy to deal with. It's like anything, isn't it? If you lose a certain amount, you lose double that. It's it's going to make a bit of a difference. So that's clearly going sideways. Whether that will come down tonight, it might do. New high. Try go once, try go twice. Failure probably, but congested. I'm just staying out at the moment. I'm up nicely, and there you go. But yeah, if I'd have been trading 2 contracts, and I'd have been down, I don't know, $500-600. They're the times where I come back in the evening and try and get it back. So reducing that risk has reduced my stress. So there you go. So flipping, it's like walking a tightrope today. Quite stressful, but I managed to keep my patience and wait for another trade, and it saved my arse. Thank Christ. So there you go. So that's me. I bet you're all on edge. I bet you're all dribbling messes watching me trade today. But some days you have a good day where you take one lovely trade and you've got all the patience in the world and everything goes right. Other days you take a bunch of trade, a couple of good, some are shit, and you just end up all over the place. But that's all part of the learning process. It takes time. If trading was that easy, everyone would be doing it and making a fortune. And it takes time. You'll just keep getting better and better. But there you go. I've spoken enough today. I probably bored you all to death. Is there a name for this strategy you use? Yes, it is, mate. I'll find it for you now. And I'm going to give you a real treat here. A real treat. It's PATS, or Price Action Trading System, and it's Max. And if you want to learn it, I'm going to give you a little golden ticket here, mate. If you want to learn it, I'll show you the website. And believe it or believe it not, it costs $125 per year. That's it there. Welcome to Max Price Action Trading website. There's all sorts of stuff on here. Hundreds of videos. There's all sorts of stuff in there. Videos, forum, manuals. There's all sorts of stuff in there. But it's $125 for a year. There's all sorts of stuff on there, but Price Action Trading System, Mac, is a lovely guy. And if you want to know a bit more about him, just type in PATS or Price Action Trading System on YouTube, and he's got about 2,200 videos going back 12 years on YouTube. And he does a bar-by-bar analysis Monday to Friday, and he's done that for the last 13, 14 years. So he's a tried and tested trader. So, yeah, if you want to learn to trade, it's by far the best way, in my opinion. I know people who've paid thousands to learn to trade, but he's a lovely bloke. So there you go. Half the size, half the stress. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Does. So yeah, I highly recommend Mac. I think a majority of people trade with Mac here. We've also got a Facebook group, Price Action Trading System, a Facebook group where we all post our trades and have a chit chat. That's where I learnt to trade. I had loads of help, loads of advice. What I did for the first sort of year or so, and I still do from time to time, is post my trades. There you go. Max Price Action Trading. So you'll see Joke there. He's posted his trade. Someone else posted their trades. Everyone posted their trades, and they all chit chat, compare, give each other feedback. But I highly recommend it. So yeah, but it works. That misguided trade, that one poor, that was a good trade. That one bit of congested, I was expecting to go higher. That one great trade, beautifully positioned, came back and retested, nice 8 points. But There you go. So I'm going to go and have my tea. So I'm going to save my chart. 18th of the 5th, 23. There we go. So that is me done for the day. So I'll be back again tomorrow normal time. Hopefully with a little bit less caffeine in me. Unfortunately, I don't use... Do you know what? How come? I don't use as much as I did. Because obviously a lot of my time is taken up with the streaming, and after I mark my chart up, set my stream, go and have my tea, and it's obviously it's 5:45 in the evening, so I've got my wife and daughter downstairs, so I spend time with them, so I have a little bit less time, but I do have a chit chat on it, and post my chart from time to time. I might avoid today's chart actually, but I know a lot of other traders took that one. But there you go. Good evening. Yeah. So there you go. That's it for today, guys. I appreciate all your comments and all your feedback. I hope you've learned a few things from me, like what not to do. But it is nice to compare charts. You know, if I've got my chart like that and you've got yours the same, two heads are better than one. Yeah, later to you, Harjit. So there you go. So that's it for today. I will be back again tomorrow, normal time, just before the market opens. Friday tomorrow, another week's gone. So there you go. So hope you've had a good day. Does look like it's coming down there, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I like that one. There was a failure there, and then look, but too late. I'm out. My job's done. I need to stay away. So there you go. So I'll be back tomorrow. So have a great evening. Stay safe, and we will do it all again tomorrow.